Business Forum exists to journey with business people through their businesses by connecting them to purpose. In October, we are hosting our first Global Connected Leaders Collab in Johannesburg, South Africa, and you're invited.
My name is Vicky, and I am the owner of Jansen Harris. We're a strategic branding creative agency here in Dubai.
Hi, my name's Sim Goddard. I've been in Dubai 18 years. My wife and I did proverbial coming for 18 months, and here we still are. And we just signed up for another 10 years too.
Hi, my name is Govind. I've lived in Dubai for 28 years, and most of that has been growing up. And I've also been in ministry for over a decade, and since then done some freelance coaching.
Hi, my name is Marina, and I currently serve as Chief of Staff for one of the Big Fours in Dubai.
The impact of the Business Forum on me, I think as a business owner, I often feel a bit isolated. You have to make a lot of decisions without support if they're decisions based on your team. I think it was great to be able to bounce ideas off other people who might have different methods of problem solving, different industries to me. So it was just really great to get a broader perspective on, a problem that I might have, or in this particular situation, the problem was a big one for me, but hearing outside perspectives really helped me to steer through the challenge. So that was very helpful.
The structure of the day helped us all really connect both on professional challenges that we were facing in our small group, but also personal challenges we were facing too. Because at the end of the day, we're whole people in the workplace. We don't leave the rest of our lives and personalities at the door. And the content itself, working through the workbook gave a brilliant structure to force you to take time to sit back, reflect, and to assess and plan where you're at, both as a person, then also ultimately where, particularly for the small business owners in the room, where they want to take their company next, or for those of us in the corporate world in charge of strategy, where we want to go next. So the reflection time engendered by the content was really good too.
What stood out for me throughout the day, and even at the end of the day, even talking to a couple of people after the forum, the thing that I kept hearing myself think was, it was surprisingly fun. And I think what made it fun throughout the day was the different opportunities that we had to connect with people. Especially I walked into a room where I barely knew anybody. But throughout the day, before, during the business forum itself, and even after, I think there was really a time of rich connection and laughter, and that's what made it fun. So it was surprisingly fun. One of the most impactful things for me personally was, as I was beginning to hear different people's stories, it was interesting to me how I was sitting at a table with people from so many different contexts, so many different stages of life, all having been on a journey where they'd been either facing adversity, been knocked down, but still had this passion to get up and keep going. And I think there was something really inspiring about that for me personally, listening to people and just their heart for what they believe God has entrusted them with. Most of them are entrepreneurs. Some of them are beginning to get into entrepreneurship. So it was really interesting to see that, and it was really inspiring to hear different people's stories.
I think what I most enjoyed about Business Forum was on the action day when we arrived, it was such an eclectic group of people at the table, but with one common thread, and I think that was that we all had a neck for business or wanted to either get into business or already serve in business. So there was a golden thread going through all of us, which very quickly around the table discussions made it easy to conversate. We actually started with a model, which I think, especially in my background in consulting, we have models for everything. So I think to sit down and say, let's look at my personal life, let's look at my spiritual life, but we followed a model that I could assess myself on, hit home quite easily. And I think I would really think that made the conversation also a bit easier because it gave some structure to the conversation.
I think for me, the main thing is we were told to leave business cards behind. I'm not a hard sell kind of guy, so I appreciated the fact that it was going to be very informal, very relational, just shooting the breeze, sharing ideas, and then whatever came out of that would come out of it. So I just sort of appreciated the low key, low pressure environment. I've been referring closely to the one of the exercises we did was the wheel of life. And I've actually been using it as a tool in the last few months. I'm the kind of person who I think is looking for perfection in every facet of life. And what that did do is go, well, actually, hang on a sec there, and you're doing well in things. There's a couple of things you can focus on. So, it kind of just helped me to focus on things.
It's a support, bouncing ideas of other people in leadership positions. But it's also really insightful. We were given a lot of tools that we can utilize on a day-to-day basis. And from that perspective, I think I would encourage anybody who wants to learn and grow in their role to join.
The analogy that comes to mind is a rising tide rises up all the ships that are docked. The business forum would probably be the rising tide. I think the question is, are you willing to take that step and get your boat on the dock wherever the waves may lead you, and together, by being a part of each other's stories, we all get to rise together.
I would say don't hesitate, dive right in. The truth is, if you're in business, you're a problem solver. You've got problems to solve every day of the week. It becomes a bit of an echo chamber, and we feed off one another. What is great about this was getting so many different perspectives from different people, different industries, in a really relaxed environment. So I'd say diarize it and get there.